Yes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That is the Islamic greeting in Arabic, which says, "May peace, mercy, and the blessings of Allah be upon you." Now, what is absolutely beautiful about that is that all Muslims across the world use that same greeting towards all the Muslims they meet. It's a uniformed greeting, which is brilliant. The Prophet, peace be upon him, when he says, when you are addressed with such a greeting, one must reply with something that is greater or equal to it. Surprisingly, in Malaysia, I have actually encountered people who are very, well, they get quite agitated when I were to greet them that way. Why? Not too sure. Perhaps they haven't read the words of the Prophet.
All right.
Well, you see, Islam is indeed a beautiful religion. However, it becomes questionable because of certain practitioners across the world, including some in Malaysia. Like you see, now is the month of the holy month, right? Ramadan. And it is stated in the book to not indulge in, any sort of fighting or any sort of battle during the season. And surprisingly, just recently we read in the newspapers that certain groups who are supporting the Islamic State decided to go out and seek vengeance for the death of a fireman who the case which has not been solved. Why they did that during the during the holy month while being Muslim is very questionable. What is questionable is their faith. Do they actually know their religion? It is people like these who are giving all Muslims a bad name across the world because they are so loud and the others are so silent that the loudness becomes deafening. And that is what people, the media, enjoys focusing on, failing to realize the beauty that Islam has shown to the world. So, is Islam a religion that harbors terrorism? Absolutely not. Only an idiot would think that. Now, let me tell you a tale of two frogs. Now, before I go into the story, please be informed that neither one of these frogs has a religion. These frogs are to represent the mental state based on the surrounding and the knowledge that it gathers, the enthusiasm on the knowledge it pursues. Right? Now, two frogs. One frog lived in a well, and another frog lived in the ocean. One day, the frog from the ocean decided to visit the frog in the well. While they were having a conversation, the frog from the well was curious, so he asked the frog from the ocean on how big the sky actually was. The frog from the ocean said that it is quite vast. It is almost impossible to measure it. So, the frog from the well took a jump, took a leap, just enough, and asked the frog from the ocean if the sky was that big. And the frog from the ocean laughed and said, "Absolutely not. It is way, way, way bigger than that." And this time the frog from the well said, "Okay, I'll take a further leap." So he jumped further. and asked the frog from the ocean if the sky was as big as that. And the frog from the ocean said, absolutely not. It is way bigger than that. This time, the frustrated frog from the well decided to take its furthest leap ever possible. So it jumped from one end of the wall to the other and asked the frog from the ocean if the sky was that big. Of course, the frog from the ocean laughed hysterically and said, absolutely not. It is much, much, much bigger than that. And of course, at this point, the frustrated, the angry frog from the well pointed at the frog from the ocean and said, liar! Yeah, a little dramatic. But anyway, yes. Why he said that was simple. Because according to the frog from the well, the sky was only as big as the walls of the well. Because that, you see, he told the frog from the ocean to look up and see if the sky was any bigger than the well. And the frog from the ocean, when he looked up, understood that the knowledge of the frog from the well was only confined to that which was in the well. So the frog from the ocean decided to not argue and just stayed silent. For arguing with a fool would bring you down to his level, and what's worse is that he would actually beat you with experience. So, the moral of the story is, do not be the frog from the well. Expand your knowledge, expand your horizons. Do not be confined to your religion. Understand the religions of others. In a country like Malaysia, it is absolutely ridiculous that a person will not understand the religion of another, because it is in your everyday lives that you come across, you cross paths with every religion out there. You grow side by side with people who have different faiths. It is so easy for you to understand the faiths. Come to think of it, I think the people in Malaysia actually do understand the faiths. It is just that people who have been given power in the political front do not seem to understand that. Well, choice is yours. You can be either the frog from the well or the frog from the ocean. So, cheers.